that is really important. I mean, just we have to transition to a more digital slash I don't know, technology oriented ISWs, I think.
Right. I guess that email that was a, I think it was from Belinda, right?
Belinda, yes.
Yeah, and it has to do with like we are creating a press book, and so we have that press book that we sort of
Hmm.
showcased. And what we're wanting to do is to sort of have people tell us their stories of the tools that they've used so that we
Hmm.
can add them into that resource. Hmm.
So got my FDW returned, co-facilitated one ISW with my colleague, got the certificate, and then basically the whole fun began. Co-facilitated like 4 ISWs, led my own ISW, and it's just like a lot of fun.
Right.
So, and during this process, we observed how, like during the FDW, observed how our colleagues do it in Russia, and then I also checked how my colleague is doing it. So basically, it's like a combo of all the different cool things and approaches that I've seen.
Okay.
Um, and as for based on your question, like related to your question, um, the technology that we use day of ISW. So we have 4 days. We usually do this in 4 days. For uh, like we have weekend so weekend days. So weekend number one, and then weekend off, and another weekend. So we just kind of split it into two parts with a
Hmm.
1 week, actually even like almost 2 weeks of break. So
Right.
this way we kind of accidentally accidentally discovered that, but it actually works great for our colleagues because they get a little bit of information. They just go and practice that with their students, return back and get the other 2 days, kind of
Hmm.
um, get more exposure to things. So during the first day, I mean, first day is very intense in terms of information. You're introducing all the cycle and
Hmm.
why why for why 4 days, all the teachings, etc. So the first technology that we use is kind of approach, I would say, is kind of a review because first day is so intense.
Hmm.
It's like a Jeopardy review.
Hmm.
If you know, I'm sure you know the game. So it's like
Right.
basically you have different categories. All right. So basically the Jeopardy thing looks like this. Um, so they have, um, I mean, this Jeopardy is only for ISW and day one. So
Hmm.
the point is, so they work in teams,
Hmm.
and let's say team one opens ISW, let's say ISW for 300, and then how long is the teaching cycle? And
Hmm.
then basically they have to answer. It's like a competition.
Right.
Who's gonna win what? And then basically the idea is to get more money in their bank, and also for me to try to ensure that at the end of the game they have the same amount of money so that no one feels like, oh my gosh, I lost.
Right.
So that kind of idea. Yeah, so for example day one, what else, say 400. Yeah, so here we talked about how to give and receive feedback, so all those kind of things that we covered in the first day, uh, you know would be here.
Right.
So again, this is up to the instructor what to include, but I mean, ISW day 2, 3, and 4, they're not active. They're only like, so they only have the first two columns to make
Hmm.
it like faster, like fast, sweet review at
Hmm.
the end of the first day.
Right.
Mm. So, and then, so this is the kind of, it's not actually technology, but it's again this gamification part. As for like a real technology, it starts. So day two, we about education, the student-centered activities. So how can we give the power, I mean, or kind of switch from being lecturers to, like moderators, facilitators,
Hmm.
um, for students, and then my colleague actually, he has this really cool document with 200 and something different activities that you can do with students to address, just to make them like a more active
Hmm.
part of the class. And
Right.
then at the end, students, I mean, colleagues, actually, they were tasked to bring their laptops, and as a way, so kind of after covering all of those activities and some other information, they create Kahoot.
Oh, okay.
Uh, they create Kahoot games. So let's say if let's last time we just had 4 people to participate in the ISW, so it
Hmm.
was actually perfect because so they work in 2 and 2. They would create a Kahoot, maybe like 2, 3 questions. So of course you have to lead them through how to create Kahoot, how to sign up, blah blah blah.
Right.
I mean, how to sign up and create. And then they would create a few questions again based on the information from day 1 and day 2, and then kind of present it to others. So the other team would play, and then they would switch. Um, Actually works quite well. So students are like really engaged. So that all happens before their teachings begin. So it's like also like sort of in the morning.
Okay.
So they do Hoot, and then with this very nice spirit, uh, if we're lucky, then maybe one person, or actually even yeah, one person um, in the morning will go and teach, and then the other 3 will teach in the afternoon.